Hello. Welcome to a Q&A. I just posted on my Instagram story asking for any questions relating to van life or just questions in general, and I got quite a few responses, so I just wanted to make a video to answer all the questions and explain everything. Okay, first up, I have questions relating to our build. Did you do everything yourself or with professional help, electrical, etc.? We did everything ourselves, and by we, I mean him. I basically painted and planned things, and he did everything else. We did do it all ourselves. The only reason we were able to do it ourselves was because Jordan's father owns a construction business, and he grew up doing construction, so he knew how to use tools and how to build things and all of that. And his family was also really great and let us use their shop to work on the van. So that was super awesome of them. We definitely could not have done this without his dad's shop, his dad's tools, and without his knowledge. It would have been way too hard because it was already so hard to figure out. But yeah, electrical, he just like watched YouTube videos and was able to piece it all together. Like I said, I did not understand that type of thing, so it was all him. Okay, what was the hardest part of renovating your van? The hardest part was the roof. As you may know, we completely removed the roof that was on this van. It's a 1999 Ford Ecoline, and the roof was barely tall enough, like I could barely stand up. It was like brushing my head, and Jordan is 6'4", so we were like, this is not gonna work. So we removed the roof completely and we built a new one out of wood and then fiberglass and resin. And that was the hardest part. It took us months because it was just so difficult and we were unmotivated. So that's what took up so much time. And you know, like, it's a new roof. It has to last. Like, it has to be good quality. So that was hard, but we did it. And so far it's holding up just fine. Okay, the next question is how we get power in our van. We have 2 solar panels on our roof, and then we also have our batteries hooked up to the engine. Now like I said, know nothing about anything, so I'll try to explain it how Jordan explained it to me. But basically the solar panels will draw energy to our batteries, and then also when we're driving, it also charges our batteries. So we have never ran out of any power so far. There was one night when it was -9 degrees that the battery was too cold to run. So that day we didn't have any power. But other than that, we've been having plenty of power. We really don't use much of it though. Like, we plug in our electronics, have our lights, and that's it. So we'll see if we start using it more if we ever run out, but so far so good. Okay, next we're gonna talk about trip related questions here. How long are you planning on traveling? We are planning on traveling for 10 months. Basically, we both just saved up all year last year for this trip. So we saved and saved and saved, and we tried to save enough to last us for 10 months. So that's our goal. However, like, we're still getting used to van life. If we hate it, we'll go home early. So far it's been great, but we're just kind of saying up to 10 months, and we'll just kind of play it by ear and go from there. I do actually have a small remote job, so I do have a little bit of income coming in, so that's been really nice to have as well. What are the top places you hope to see? I've been all over, like, southern Utah. I've been to Oregon. I've been to California. I've been to parts of Canada, so I already know what to expect there. I am so excited to go back to the Redwoods because that's my favorite national park that I've ever been to. It's beautiful. So I'd say I'm so excited for that, but I'm really excited to explore Canada a bit more. Part of my family lives in Canada actually, so I've only ever been to their province, but I'm really excited to check out other provinces and see what they have to offer. Is it boring to always be driving long distances? We actually haven't been driving too long at a time. The longest stretch of driving we did was like 6 hours on the second day of leaving just to get into warmer weather. But ever since then, we've maybe drove 2-3 hours at the most a day, but average maybe an hour or 2 every day. So it's really not that bad. And then they also asked, what do you do on long drives? We listen to podcasts together. He likes the Joe Rogan, so I listen to that. And then I like What We Said podcast, so we listen to that. And then we also have been trying to learn Italian. And so we've been listening to like some Italian lesson podcasts too. So that's what we do. And then we listen to music as well. Although he likes heavy metal, like screamo, and I like indie. So sometimes it's hard to come up with music that works for both of us. But either music or podcasts, or we just talk. Gotta resituate here. Do you feel like your van is home? This was actually something I was really scared about, that I would like hate living in this van, because I really value being comfortable and safe, and I was super worried about not having that. But luckily things have been really fine, honestly. We tried to make it as cozy as possible in here and like put a lot of love into it, so I know that helps. I was super nervous about the whole campsite, like where we're gonna sleep every night. Honestly, I don't know what happened, but I've been fine. So I do feel like it's home. Like when we do come back in here, I feel relaxed. Like today we literally haven't left. Like we went in to go to the bathroom, but it's snowing outside, so we've just been in here all day, and I feel very comfortable and homey. So yeah, I do feel like it's home. It's not like my home like back in Idaho, but it's our home for now, so it's been pretty comfortable. And then the next one is, do you miss home? Yes. I do miss home. I mostly miss, well, obviously my family and my dog. I miss them a lot. And then I just miss having bigger spaces to do stuff. Like if I want to watch a movie, going on the couch, or to cook food, we don't have to like cram in our tiny kitchen, or going to the bathroom. That's not a very fun situation, but I do miss home. I've only cried about it a few times. It's fine though. Do you ever feel crowded? Yes, we do feel crowded, but we're working out ways to make it less crowded. Basically, we have like 3 sections. We have the seats up front, which are actually pretty comfortable to just like go in there and chill. So sometimes one of us will be in there, and then there's a bench here, and this is where we can do like all of our cooking and everything. And then back here's the bed, which I love to sit up on the bed and just like sit crisscross and do my own thing. So as long as there's not 2 of us in one of the spaces, so not 2 of us in the front, 2 of us in the middle, or 2 of us on the bed, then it's fine. But when we do have both of us in that space, that's when it does get squishy and we're like bumping into each other, and yeah. So we try to like take turns doing dishes or cooking, or like just have different areas that we sit, and that helps a lot. Okay, so the next question is pertaining to how we do laundry, how we shower, how we go to the bathroom, where we sleep, that type of thing. So laundry is just laundromats. We have a laundry basket that we just put our dirty clothes in, and then we do laundry like every 5 days maybe. And then for showers, we're still trying to figure that out, but we actually bought a pop-up tent with like a foot pump shower system. We have yet to use it just because it's been cold, but we're hoping in the summertime, when we're like kind of in remote areas or kind of in the wilderness, we're gonna try to rely on that a little bit more, where we can just hop outside and use the pop-up tent. We'll see how that goes. I'm kind of nervous about it, but that's our backup plan. And then we also have a gym membership at Planet Fitness, and I don't know if you know, but Utah and Arizona don't have any Planet Fitnesses really, so we haven't been able to use that yet, but I know that in most of the country there's plenty of those, so that will be really nice to have. And then we also have showered at pools, like an RV camp place, and then recreation centers. Those are great tools. The pools and the rec centers are like $4 or less usually, so that isn't really too expensive. We just can't do that every day, obviously, and so not gonna lie, it's kind of sucky not to be able to take a shower every day, but you get what you get. As far as the bathroom goes, we have a toilet, and it's not very fun. It's fine. We usually use it just like if we need to go in the middle of the night, and it's only for number 1, No number twos. That's a different story. And then we also usually just run into like gas stations, or right now we're at the Walmart parking lot, so we've been using that as our bathroom. And then if we're ever like in the middle of nowhere, we just go outside. Not the most glamorous, but it works. And then the next part was about camping spots. So we use this app, it's called iOverlander. It has been so good for us. Like, it's so helpful. If you're ever traveling and want just any information camping related, get this app. It's called iOverlander. But I made a TikTok about it if you want to check it out more in depth. But basically, it's a community of like van lifers, campers, anyone really, and they post about where they stay each night. So let's say they like pull off on the side of the road into like a dirt pit or something. They'll post about it and give information about it. Or like the Walmart parking lot, some allow overnight parking, some don't. So people will post about like parking lots and the city regulations on there. We found some cool spots that a lot of people just camp and they're completely free. So that has been a super great help. And it also shows showers, it shows laundry, it shows water pumps. So that's been a lifesaver really. And then we've also just, well, actually that's really all we've used. Like, we've stayed at a few campsites every so often and we just pay for them. Just because it's fun to like have a campfire and have a picnic table and just be in like a very put together spot. So yeah, just iOverlander and also paying for some campsites. Okay, the last question I got was, what is the hardest part of living in a van? I think I'm still trying to think about this one really, because it's been super fun. Like, I haven't had any regrets. I don't want to go home. Like, it's not rainbows and butterflies, but I wasn't expecting it to be. So hardest part so far, I think, has just been like having to deal with the weather. Like today it dumped snow. We're in Arizona, and I've never been to Arizona, and I've only been to southern Utah in the summertime, and so I thought that it would be warm here and that we wouldn't have to deal with the cold, but that's not been the case. There have been days when it's like 60 and sunny, and those are awesome. But then there's days where like it was -9, or today it's dumping snow, so we can't really do anything outside. So that's been really hard, is we just have to like work around that. And also the wind. We can't drive in the wind because our van is so tall. It like blows everywhere. So that's the hardest part, is just having to plan around the weather and like stop when the weather's bad and only be able to go out when the weather's good. But hopefully as the summer comes, that will get a little bit better and it won't be so difficult. But yes, that's all of my answers to your guys' questions today. I'm hoping to post more on YouTube. We will see. It makes me a little nervous, but it'll be fun. So yeah, make sure to subscribe if you want to follow along on our adventures. And also, I post all the time on TikTok. It's at Alyssa_June_green, or it's in my description. So yeah, subscribe, and thank you for watching, and thank you for all the support.